Welcome back to Is Reading Still Relevant Today? I'm Amarence, and in our first episode we talked about what Eske likes to call the reading crisis. Today we're continuing that conversation by looking at something most of us deal with every day: screens versus physical books. Because let's be honest, people still read just mostly on their phones.
Yeah, well, that's certainly true, of course. And while I don't believe that reading itself is disappearing, I do think the way we read has changed in a way that often discourages focus and reflection, which are both essential if reading is meant to influence how we think and understand the world.
From my point of view, digital reading just makes sense. You can read anywhere, anytime.
Well, that's true, yeah.
You don't have to carry heavy books, and everything is cheaper and easier to access. For students, especially, screens are simply more practical.
Practical, yes, but not without consequences. Research, for example, shows that when people read on screens, they tend to skim rather than read deeply. So we jump from text to text, rarely slowing down. With physical books, reading is more focused and more structured, which helps with understanding and remembering that information.
Yeah, but I think that social media plays a big role in that, because we're so used to scrolling quickly through content that sitting down with a book for a long time feels difficult. Our attention span just isn't trained for it anymore.
And that is precisely the issue. Attention is something we develop. We need to develop. If we constantly consume short, fast content, we lose the ability to focus on complex ideas. Literature, especially classics, poetry, or older texts, demands patience, and it asks something of the reader.
Yes, but at the same time, screen can make reading more accessible. For example, people with dyslexia, they can change the sizes or listen to audiobooks, so that can really help people.
Yeah, I completely agree that digital tools can be incredibly helpful and should be seen as support rather than a threat, but they become an issue when they replace deep reading instead of helping readers gradually build focus and confidence.
So maybe the problem isn't the screens alone, but how we use them. If reading becomes something we rush through or replace with summaries, we miss the point of the story.
Exactly, because reading is not only about gathering information quickly, but about developing language, imagination, and the ability to understand different perspectives. Skills that I personally believe have been shaped through years of reading across different languages and literary periods.
So I guess that means that the real question isn't whether reading is still relevant, but whether we're willing to slow down enough to actually do it. So thanks for listening to episode 2 of Is Reading Still Relevant Today?
And next time we'll talk about whether books still help shape identity in a world driven by algorithms and trends.
See you next time!